So I am super excited for this call. I want to know from you guys in the chat, what are you going for this month? What is your big goal? And us who are hosting this call, we're definitely going to try and give you all of our tips, all of our tricks, everything that we possibly can to help set you up for success and reach that goal. So for those of you who don't know, my name is Tamika Davis. I'm a triple diamond leader. I live in Rock Springs, Wyoming, which is a really small town along I-80. Nobody knows where it is. It's fine. But I was a high school math teacher before doing this business. I had my dream job, but I dreaded going to work every single day. And so this opportunity came and I was skeptical, but tried it anyway. And here I am 5 years later and I absolutely love it. So we're going to keep this short, simple, to the point. I asked everybody to pick out one of their promotions that they had. And one thing that always kind of drove me crazy whenever I would go to events or talk to people about, like what was that pivotal moment when or like what is the secret ingredient of promoting? And everybody always just told me when I decided. And I hated that because I decided when I joined this business that I wanted to make, however much, or I decided a long time ago that I wanted to be Ambassador Diamond, but I'm still not Ambassador Diamond. And so like, I hated that piece of advice that was, I just decided. But last February, and this is my tip to you guys, is last February, after conference got over, February 2019, I came home, I looked at my husband in the eyes, and I had that pivotal moment in my business where I decided. I looked at him, I said, I'm sick of being double diamond. I've been double diamond for 3 years now. My team is ready. They deserve this. I'm going to do whatever it takes to make this happen. And unfortunately, February only has 28 days, right? Like, why does that have to be the month right after conference, the shortest month? But you guys, I decided I was going to do it. And people will say that they sacrificed. I'm choosing to say that I made a whole bunch of investments. I made a post on my Facebook and I said, who can cook my family meals? Because I had a lot of mom guilt and I wanted to make sure they were getting home cooked meals. And so I hired somebody that went to my church to make meals for me and my family. I hired someone to clean my house that month. I woke up earlier and I stayed up later. I did everything that it possibly took. I was in contact with my team. I figured out exactly what I needed, how much volume I needed, how many distributors, where everything needed to go, and then created something that would bring extra value. So created a different weight loss package that had, a whole bunch of different products in it. So it had Big BB. We created a 90-day challenge group. As a team, we were committed to doing this and everybody did it. We did host to post like it was nobody's business. And we worked literally nonstop for 28 days. And I remember waking up the morning, the last day of the month, and we needed 10,000 more volume. 10,000. Has anyone, maybe who's not a diamond yet, has anyone ever brought in 10,000 volume in one day? Okay, I had never done that before. Like, it just seemed insane. But you know what? Like, God had our backs. And I remember that night when we promoted, it was like 10:30 at night. I remember that night and I knew that it was only because we worked so hard, because we pushed until the very end, because we didn't give up, we didn't lose hope, we worked every single day. And that was the most exhausting but most rewarding day that I've ever experienced in my whole entire time in the business so far. Okay, so I just wanted to give you guys a couple of things that if I were in your position right now going for this Diamond 15K bonus, what I would do if I were you. So the first thing is, if you don't know exactly what you need, you've got to figure that out right now. Okay, you have got to keep your chart up to date. You have to know where volume is going. Okay, and then that goes along with number 2 is you've got to be using your reports. You can't expect people on your team to know where to move volume, how to move volume as new people are coming in. You have to take ownership of your team and use your back office reports and have your charts up to date. So when someone puts in a personal order, when someone puts in a new customer order, anything, you know exactly where it needs to go and that you message that person and make sure it gets moved. Okay, you should have relationships with every single person in your organization so that way they respect you and you're working with them, that you can give them that information as their leader to set them up for success and also set yourself up for success. And then the last thing that I'll give you, and I know these other ladies are going to give you some amazing tips, is you have got to bring more value. Okay, if you're just selling Thermofy X and saying, yeah, you want to lose 30 pounds, you know, and you're getting 30 volume, 30 volume, 30 volume, it's going to take a really long time to get there. So create a package that you're passionate about, that your team's passionate about. Create some kind of package and some kind of value to go along with it. So can you do an online challenge group? Can you provide an online resource for them, or a 30-day meal plan? Or can you give them something more that they get from ordering from you? So then that way you're setting them up for success. And so create some kind of value for your customers, to, you know, give them the extra push to get started this month. Okay. So that's all I've got for you guys. I'm super excited to hear from these other ladies. So we're going to go ahead and start with Jennifer.
Hey girl, hey! Thank you so much for having me on this Zoom. It's an honor, Tamika. Like, I literally love watching you on stage at the Scottsdale, Arizona. You inspired me so much, so I appreciate you beyond measures. So thank you for having me. I had it really tough starting. I was almost homeless when I started, and I had the biggest skeptics ever blocking me, bullying me, calling me out, just being really hateful, but I kept going. Being in the situation that I was, and knowing that I was on food stamps, access, WIC, anything that is government assistance, you name it, I was on it. And I know that I had to like reevaluate my situation, and I knew I could no longer struggle. I had to decide to get over myself and my fears and every excuse, and remember that I could be better and I can do better. So I borrowed the money from my mom, joined this business, and I continued each step of the way to know that, okay, I already paid the $99. I already got into the business. That's done. That's the hardest part. But you have to remember every day your why. You have, even if it changes, that's fine. My why has changed hundreds of times. But if your why isn't pushing you to put in 110% a day, then you need to find something that does. Because constantly remembering your why with all the chaos that's going on in your life, even before this, your like daily activities, you're taking the kids to their sports and their school and things like that, you're not going to constantly remember your why. So you have to basically put your why into your daily life. Like, okay, I got to get to work. This is my why. Quitting was taken off the table automatically. I wasn't going to quit because I wasn't going to fail something else in my life. So I was going diamond. Every single person on my diamond leg turned their auto shipment off and quit. Every single person. For the first like day or so, I like boo-hooed about it and everything like that, thinking it was my fault. It was my leadership. It was everything. And then I remembered, okay, you know what? The company asks us to complete steps to success every month. And then we bring in new people, and we go along with those new people and show them the way. And I didn't let those people quitting not get me to diamond. I got diamond that month. When everybody quit on me, I still got diamond because I believed it was possible. With or without that person, I still got it. I thought it was just too much volume that I had to get all by myself. And then I realized nothing's too much. Because guess what? I have faith, I believe, and only me can take my power. Don't let anybody else take your power. Just because those people quit, don't let them take you promoting and you ranking up away from you. I had to pave the way, and I have to remember that self-development daily. The self-development is so crucial in your day-to-day business. No matter if you think you're golden, no matter if you're ambassador diamond, no matter if you're just starting this business, you have to have self-development every single day to keep you going, and pave the way for everybody else, including that faith. So what I started doing with certain people is I started communicating and doing short Zooms with my downline daily for 21 days straight. I got on group Zooms with my downline. It would be about 7 to 18 people. And if you have more in your organization, that's perfect. Get them on a Zoom for 21 days straight, a 10-minute Zoom. I will tell you what I did with them while on the Zoom, but I feel like communication completely changed each rank that I was at. Because each rank that you're at, there's going to be somebody else in your downline promoting that didn't promote at the other ranks with you. So there'll always be someone new. So building that relationship, communicating with them, knowing their whys, getting down to the grit of work daily, putting in 100 to 10% with them, that was everything. So for 21 days, I started doing that. I took out my map. I dissect my map. So let me tell you how I dissected my map. I took the executives. I took the rubies. I took the 400 box. I took the emerald. And I took the diamonds. And I put them in group chats. Okay? And I would name the chats 400, executive, ruby, diamond, or emerald and diamond. And obviously there would only be, if you're going diamond, there would only be like maybe one person in the group, maybe not. And that's fine. As you get to your higher ranks, you'll understand how important it is to have those people in groups and dissect your maps. Now, when we take it and we dissect the maps and we break it down like that, it helps us concentrate on what each person needs instead of this overwhelming feeling that we can't accomplish all this. So you're going to break it down and dissect it. Each day I would put tasks in those groups. I would do giveaways in those groups. I would put in those groups Zoom links that refer to those groups. How to get executive in 72 hours, or how to get ruby in 9 days, how to get diamond in 30 days, how to get diamond in 90 days. Like, I found these Zooms searching YouTube, and I would search diamond it works in 9, or diamond it works in, you know, or executive and it works. It would always say it works, but you would find a lot of the top leaders. And I would do it more recent Zooms that happened a year to now, because our comp plan changed. So if you get Zooms from back in the day, they're going to be giving you a whole other comp plan and maps that aren't for that. So just know that when you're doing the Zoom links. Believe you're worthy. That's a first and foremost thing. Grab out your map, grab out your affirmations and say, I am diamond this month. I am worthy. I'm going to do it. I am a great mother. I'm a great wife. I'm a great friend. Whatever it is that you need to tell yourself consistently, I am worthy, because you're no different than myself. I may have a college education. You may not. My sister, who blocked me, who bullied me, who didn't support me in this business, is a 3-time millionaire with It Works now. She's an ambassador diamond. I signed her up. She passed me. So no matter what, you just have to believe that person's no different from you. Just because of people's opinions, don't let anything deter you. Keep your blinders on and keep focused. I got to messaging. I did live videos. I became someone so much better than what I was before. And I always followed people who inspired me. I watched their stories daily. I watched their posts daily. And I was like, I have goals just like them. I want to go to where they want to go. We're all going to the same place. We just all started different times. Okay, so we're working together as sidelines, as leaders, just together, inspiring each other. So find somebody who inspires you and follow them. Biggest and greatest thing I could tell you is I started working smarter, not harder. And how I did that was I started selling triple threats, started selling more GV to one LC than working my butt off for 30 LCs at 30 BV each. Okay. So I would get 15 LCs at 90 BV each, and I wouldn't have to work as hard. And how I sealed the deal with every single loyal customer, I took their information and I signed them up. I never had somebody tell me, except 2 people in the 7 years that I've been in this business, that they wouldn't give me my information. So everybody else, I say, let me process this information for you. Let me make sure you get this 40% off discount code, and let me put in your information and get this going for you so I can get it out to you and on your door right away. Okay. So I sold the deal, sealed the deal just like that, by entering in their information and not working harder, but working smarter and getting packs sold to them. I want the GV. I need the GV for these boxes. So I'm going to maximize my growth with everyone. And you always assume the sale. Always assume the sale. Don't ever spend somebody else's money. And when I say that, I say, just because they'll tell you if they can't afford it. You ask them what their budget is. You recommend the 3 products that are going to maximize their results. And then you say, what kind of budget do you have? If they only have a $30 budget, ThermoX. And guess what? When you get paid, you can add on the other 2 products. Just like that, okay? I communicated. I gave shout outs to my team. I stepped up and I got comfortable with being uncomfortable. I found new blood out there, and I just had that grit to work sun up to sundown. I made sacrifices to spend less time with my family, because guess what? That day or those 2 days that I'm literally in my office, sun up to sundown, I know that in a year, working 110% every single day is going to completely change my life. And it did. I wasn't struggling anymore. I wasn't homeless anymore. I bought my first home. I claimed $200,000 in bonuses. These bonuses are real, but the work that you put in will show, because your check is going to show. It's going to slowly go up, or it's going to go up fast. It depends on you, depends on your excuses, how bad you want this, your mindset, and what you do with this business. You guys, get comfortable with being uncomfortable and change your life, because it's you right now. You are so worthy and so deserving. Make up the mind right now that everything in your past, you're not going to let affect you. You're going to have your blinders on, and you're going to make the best out of the 7 days, 8 days we have left in the business, because guess what? That's enough time for you to promote to get your bonus.
I love it. Love it. Love it. Thank you. Thank you, Jennifer. You guys, really good tips in there. Your team will quit. And I was actually reading a leadership book this morning talking about how you, as a leader, that's a level of leadership. Being grateful when they come in, being grateful when they leave, but it doesn't get you off where you're going, and having that mindset. And I love that you said the month that you went diamond, it was all you, and anybody can do it. And then learning from there, how can you set your team up for success? I love your idea of the different groups, putting them in there, setting them up for success, doing the work, and then having it match each person's goals. And that's really what it's about, is helping your team have success and get to where they want to go. If you help enough people get there, then you're going to get to where you want to be. So love it, love it, love it. Okay, we're going to move on to Courtney.
Hey, honey. Oh my gosh, thank you for having me on. Jen, I just love you. It's so great to have different personalities on here. She gets me so pumped every time. I'm not very red, but I love being around reds because they just pump me up so much. So my name is Courtney Packett. I joined this business 5 years ago. I'm a triple diamond. And I'm going to quickly talk about just 2 promotions, because I feel like they kind of go hand in hand, and it's so important. When I went diamond, I was 8 months pregnant with my first baby, newly being remarried. I joined this business in the midst of divorce. After almost 10 years of marriage, from my best friend, Amanda Busher. We went to high school together. If you guys don't know Amanda, you should follow her. She's incredible. Talk about bringing in 50,000 the last day and a half of a month when she went ambassador. She's incredible. And she just breathed life into me of, you don't have to struggle as a single mama. You don't have to be teaching 5th grade 60 hours a week. Like, you can have a different plan for your life. And it took me a long time, couple months to say yes to her, but I'm so grateful that I did. And so when I got pregnant with my little guy, I reached out to her and I said, I want to be home. Like, I know I can be home. I know I can do this. So when Tamika says, like, just getting your mindset on a goal and going after it, I can't back that up more. You just have to know where you're going, and you do know where you're going. I was reading this book this morning, and it was talking about, how do I get from Arizona to San Diego? I'm in this one spot. How do I get over here? And the book was saying, how to get there. You see the road maps, you see the signposts, you see the directions taking you there. But so often we get detoured and we don't even know where we're going. We get turned around and we don't even know because we're distracted. We hear other people. We see things that get us off course. And then we could be doing that our whole life where we never get to San Diego. But we know how to get there. So those of you that are going for diamond, you've never been diamond before, but you know how to get there. And how do you know? Because we've been there. We've been there. When I was going triple diamond and praying for that, I knew that it was on the old chart system. And I was like manifesting, okay, my 4th baby's coming this time around. I've been home for 2 years, but I know with 4 babies, it's just going to be more expensive. And I was manifesting to myself, come on, like, let this happen for me. Let me be able to build a new diamond. I need this for my family. And then they redid the entire chart system, guys. And that changed everything. I too went triple diamond last February on the new charting system. We built a diamond from scratch, and it was incredible. It changed my life. And I just want you guys to know that you don't have to know everything. You just have to take your steps forward every single day. You just have to follow those steps to success. You need to follow the steps in the power hours. You need to tune in and stay close to the road that you're on. If you're getting off and taking these dirt roads and you're going off unpaved, uncharted territories, it's going to be hard to get to San Diego. It's going to be hard to get to diamond, double diamond, triple diamond, ambassador. You know how to get there because we knew how to get there, and we're showing you how to get there. And there's so much power in that. And I need you guys to know that. Also, mindset. I can tell you the mindset that got me to diamond did not get me to triple diamond. And I have my Spartan shirt on. I don't know if you guys can see, but I felt this afternoon that I needed to put it on, and I'm going to do a little bit of symbolism. There's still a teacher in me, even though I've been out of the classroom for several years, is when I was dating my husband, you know, we would meet up for these Spartan races. And I don't know if any of you guys have ever done one, but you know, there's one that's 4 miles, there's one that's 8 miles, there's one that is almost 15 miles, and they're super hard. You're not only running, but you're doing all these obstacles, you're lifting weights, you're flipping tires, you're having to do burpees, which are the most awful thing ever. If you've never done those before, like no one wants to do burpees ever. But you start off small. So you start off doing a little bit, and then you work your way up to the bigger. So that's why we have the steps of success. Once you know how to build a ruby, guys, you can go diamond. You can go ambassador. There's no difference, but the mindset is different. I can tell you the mindset when I was running my sprint, which was 4 miles, was very different from my mindset running a super in Temecula at 102 degrees, because my body started to ache. I started to get tired. I started wondering, oh my gosh, can I even do this? I started relying on my friends that were running with me. Okay, talk me through this. My legs are cramping. I don't know what to do. We got halfway through, and no joke, we got halfway through the race, and I was like, okay, how much longer? I'm asking the guy that's on the course, and he's like, you're halfway there. And I'm like, you've got to be freaking kidding me. I'm only halfway there. I thought he was joking. So you can liken this to the business of like, okay, you've been working. All of a sudden the 25th comes and we have all these declines, and you're like, what the crap? I worked so hard. Like, what's going to happen? Keep the course. You know how to finish the race. You know how to get there. Keep your mind in the game. You can get up that hill. You can get through that obstacle. But if you're going to say, oh my gosh, these things declined and now I can't get there, or this person quit, or I saw in the comments like, you know, I'm mapped for this, hopefully no one quits. When you guys are saying things like that, hopefully no one quits, hopefully there's no declines, you guys are actually an objection of what you want to happen. If you've ever heard of the law of attraction, watch that. Watch, is it the law of attraction? Why is my mind spacing? Law of attraction on Netflix. It's not called law of attraction. What is it called? I don't even know. Put it in there. You guys know what I'm talking about. Listen to that. Get your mind straight, because your mind already knows. It already deep down knows. But we listen to society. We listen to our family. We listen to the thing that's happening in the media. You know, I'm scared to go diamond because what if I go and then the economy crashes? You're going. It doesn't matter. Things are going to be fine. And this is the vehicle to get you there, to get you more stable. Guys, I can tell you, it would have been a lot scarier right now being a teacher in this economy than it is being a triple diamond in this economy. So this is a vehicle that's going to help you grow. And sometimes when there's great opposition, you're going to have tremendous growth. And sometimes when there's great opposition, we're almost like polarized where we don't want to work. And that's when you have to work. That's when you have to say, okay, I'm going to do these tasks. Don't tell yourself post to post doesn't work, because then it doesn't work. You know, you get what you're looking for. So if you're looking for like someone to tell you like that's not working, or one person doesn't want to host for you, so the rest of the 50 messages aren't going to host for you, that's what's going to happen. And then you're telling yourself a story that's false, and that turns into a belief that's false. And then you're really in trouble, because now you're like in Mexico and you're not even close to San Diego. So you guys, you have to just, I don't know what happened. Did I go somewhere? I don't know what happened. My laptop's not even working. I'm like, the adversary's really working against me, and I don't even know what happened to the screen. So I just keep your mind in the game. I can promise you guys know how to get there. And here's the thing. Once you start growing, tune into your self-development, tune into your team, tune into your leaders that know how to get you there. And if you don't have an upline, Find an accountability partner that's going to help you, that's going to keep your head in the game, especially during this time. You don't have to live in fear. You don't have to not know the directions, because we know how to get you there. We have simple systems that work. And if someone's telling you it doesn't work, if your own mind is telling you it doesn't work, you are wrong, because it works. It really, really works. I can look at my own Boom contest and my own team page to know that it works. People are still buying coffee. People are still signing up. People still want stuff delivered to their house. They want to have a good gut. They want to have good nutrition. They don't want to go to the stores. They want to have meal replacements that have long shelf lives. They're looking for stuff. They just need us to add that value. But if we're polarized and we're like, I don't know, I'm afraid someone's going to get mad at me for posting about coffee when people are struggling, people are still drinking their coffee. So just don't be afraid. Know that deep down inside, you know where you're going. You know how to get there. You are such an amazing being. You're here for a purpose. You're not here because society told you you had to work a $15 an hour job, that you had to just conform to what everyone says, what your grandparents did, what your parents did. No, you are here for your own journey, to inspire people, to grow, and to nurture those around you. And you guys can be such a light sometimes, and light attracts light. And that's what we need. And I'm going to get emotional. I'm not even pregnant. Nope. 4 was my limit. But I went triple diamond, guys. This is the last of my story. I went triple diamond a month before I had my 4th baby. I took my husband double diamond when my baby was 2 weeks old. Anything can be done if you get your mind in the right spot. That next month, I hit a $15,000 check, was able to pay for that baby in complete cash, get stuff in savings that allowed us to invest. During this scary time, we have investments now to have different sources of income. God is working in you guys. And if you guys doubt that, you're always going to be spinning your wheels, getting off track, never making it to San Diego or Disneyland or freaking Orlando, Florida, to Walt Disney World. You guys want to get there. And we're so excited for you. You can do it. And I used to think that 200 BB was a lot when I was going Ruby. And then when I went diamond, I thought 2,000 BB was so much. And then when I went double, I was like, oh my goodness, 6,000 BB the last week seems just undoable. And then 10,000 BB going triple. I think I had about 8,000 my last week that we needed. But when you have that fire within you guys, like I said, light attracts light, and that momentum is going to carry. Know that your team is working. Don't hope that they work, because then you're putting resistance. If you don't have people working, I'm attracting people to me. I'm attracting people that work. I'm attracting this because I deserve this. And this is why I'm here. I'm here to change not only my life, but other people. What a blessing to go diamond and get that bonus and buy your whole neighborhood toilet paper. You know, help people out. Send them licorice from Amazon. I think about people that, in my mind, I thought, oh my goodness, for a second, what if people can't afford stuff? And then I have learned over the years to shift that real quick, because the law of attraction doesn't happen instantaneous. So you have time to shift those thoughts as they come. And I was like, I want chocolate every day. I've been home with 4 of my kids. Of course, people are going to want coffee, confianza, and things that are helping them feel better. So just know that you guys can do it. Know that you already have it in you. And I want to read you guys a little excerpt from the book I was reading today. And it's called, they're talking about the science of deliberate creation. And it says, the optimal creative vantage point is to stand on the brink of what is coming, feeling eager, optimistic anticipation for it, with no feeling of impatience, doubt, or unworthiness, hindering the receiving of it. That is the science of deliberate creation at its best. So looking forward to that $15,000 bonus, being anticipatory of it, feeling eager and optimistic, but at the same time, and this is what's so hard, and this is why self-development is so important, having no thoughts of unworthiness, having no thoughts of impatience. Guys, I've stayed at every rank for a year, diamond, double diamond, triple diamond. I don't care. I would have been making $40,000 as a teacher. So a $15,000 monthly check was way worth it to wait 3 years to get that, you guys. So it doesn't matter. Don't be impatient. Don't doubt. You are worthy of every good thing. And that is my message for you guys. Know that you guys can do this. You have the tools to get there. You have amazing leadership. Even if you don't have an upline that's working, reach out to someone. We love you. It's one team, one mission, and we're cheering you guys on. We're so excited to just shout out all these diamonds that are going to be popping in this next week. And you guys are going to be so glad that you made that split decision second tonight to just turn that around and get intentional and work these next 8 days and watch the things manifest in your life that you've had on your heart. And that's all I have, Tamika. Love you guys.
I'm so glad that you talk so much about mindset. And I hope you guys are really hearing her, because I sat at double for 3 years. 3 years as a double diamond sitting there. And I can tell you the one shift that I needed that I didn't realize was the personal development, the mindset. And I listened to books all the time. I mean, I listen to books every day, but I wasn't actually listening to them. I wasn't actually applying them. I wasn't actually believing it. I wasn't actually using it. And I remember the month I went triple, I read 8 books that month. And I completely attribute my promotion to every little nugget that I got in the books that I read, that I implemented, that helped a specific person on my team learn their color personality, learn their needs, and help lift them up, which in turn helped lift us up together. And so I hope you guys are hearing this. Personal development is everything. You Ruby leaders on here, you will not get to diamond until you develop a diamond mindset. Your mindset comes before the paycheck. And so if you have not been doing personal development, I mean, get on Google and just type in what you need. You need leadership, you need motivation, you need systems, you need network marketing professionalism, you need help with posts, with like whatever it is, get on tonight and don't waste another minute. Keep spinning your wheels, because mindset is seriously everything. So thank you so much, Courtney. So good. Emily, I'm excited to hear from you.
Hello, hello. I think I unmuted myself. Am I good? Okay, awesome. So I don't know why I can't see anything on the screen right now, so I'm just gonna roll with it. If y'all can hear me, we're good. Okay, I'm excited, guys. My name's Emily Robison, and I am a triple diamond from Illinois. So I was making my notes when Tamika said it's kind of like what she wanted to talk on. And what I really love about, I've been in the business 4 years. March 16th was my anniversary. And March is also my birthday month, so I'm all about it. Apparently the world has my birthday month off, so we're all going to celebrate together remotely in a safe social distance, right? But, I was kind of reflecting back on what were the ranks, the runs to those different ranks that were like the biggest for me. And honestly, I could see so many similarities in both the run for diamond and also the run for triple. So I'm going to just kind of parallel those as we go through. Sorry, I'm breaking the rules, Tamika, but I promise I'll keep it under the time. For me, diamond, I went diamond a month and a half after, or I guess the month after Black Horse Beach, was 2 years ago. Was our first conference. My husband and I were both Ruby, and we went to conference together, and that was a turning point for me. That Dark Horse Speech rocked me. If you guys haven't watched it, go back and listen to it on It Works. I think it's on the It Works headquarters YouTube. It's the most inspiring speech, even to this day. There's sometimes I'll still pull it up and listen to it, and it just gets me going. What I feel like shifted for me that during that speech was, I realized there was nothing different when I was at conference, hearing the people that were on the white couch. There was nothing different. It was just time. They'd been in longer and they had been focused and diligent longer. And I think it's Joel Dunn that said there's nothing different between a distributor and a black diamond other than that we've been in longer, we've been through it more, they've been more consistent, and they've been at it longer. Like, there's nothing different. And it is a 100% mindset shift. And I feel like I'm echoing a lot, because you're going to hear us say, every single top leader, every single leader, you're going to hear it's a mindset. What might work for you might not work for me. For me, it is messaging. Posting is purely just for me, kind of, I talk about like, it's kind of like your billboard. It's like, posting your stories is a great way to market who you are. It's for people to get kind of like a heartbeat for you, to see that you're a real person, to see that you play with your kids, that my house is a hot mess, like just to kind of relate with people. That's like creating your content. But for me, it was messaging. It was getting into people's inboxes. I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm almost envious. You guys, people are literally on their phones. They're home. Like, they're either working from home or they're laid off. And if they're being good, hopefully good citizens and they're listening, they're staying home and protecting others. You guys, I saw a friend post today. She's like, I'm almost broke. I'm shopping so much on Amazon. I'll get in her inbox and I'm going to get her some coffee. You guys, people are spending money. Do not undervalue what you hold. My thing is, if people aren't buying from you, it's because you don't believe in what you have your hands on. And I'm going to be real straight with you. Stop shopping out of your pocketbook. Stop thinking what you have isn't worth value. And I had to have this talk with myself. Someone had to have this talk with me a couple years ago. We were not in a financial position for me to drop $150 on coffee at the time, guys. It wasn't a priority to me for the longest time. Even when I was watching my enroller for 7 months before I got started, I messaged her every single HSN post. But it wasn't until I couldn't spend, at the time it was what, $33. I couldn't spend $33 on a hair vitamin. But once my mindset shifted, I dropped $99. 2 weeks later, I dropped $99 on my husband's account and I grew both. You guys, it's a mindset shift. People want what we have. They're looking for immune boosting products, like they said, with long shelf lives. So you need to look at yourself in the mirror and decide, do you believe in what you have your hands on, product wise? Do you believe in what you have enough in the business to share it? There are people literally not knowing how they're going to pay their bills next month, and it really kills me. There are people right now not knowing how they're going to feed their kids. And there are also people that are totally doing great because of this financial thing, and now they get to work from home. People are looking for opportunities, period. And if you're not asking every single person to host a post for you, I'm going to cut you. Like, get in people's inboxes. No is a not right now. No worries. Would you be willing to put up a post of me for you all for my giveaway? If you're not doing a giveaway, make one up. If you're not, would you just be so kind and help a sister out and put up a post for me? Do not take a no for an answer. And that's what I did, both on the Run to Diamond and on the Run to Triple. We literally took it off the table. There were no excuses. I did hire a sitter on the run because I had my grandparents at home with me. They were living in-house on our Run to Diamond, caregiving for them in-house. I had 3 kids under 3 at that time. I got a lot of kids. Can't remember which pregnancy I was in. Don't judge. At that point, I had 3 kids under 3. My husband worked nights. And I was home working this business, but we needed this income, you guys. Like, I needed it. And I just figured it out. We actually rented out a facility and I hosted 9, I guess triads is really what they were, parties of my own then. Granted, we can't do that now, but y'all, you have a live button on your phone. You could literally do a live every day and highlight a product, make a product. You could literally be doing it. Create an online event. People are on their phones. Do a giveaway for that. You guys, people are there. They're like, there's no better time to have people on their phones. What else did we do? I feel like every run was different because I had to grow differently as a leader. There were times I'm super transparent. I've steamrolled my team. I ran over them. I've micromanaged them. And it's always causes us to fall, but it's always a part of growth. And each time on any promotion I ever went through, I think I'm going to touch on this on the Run to Triple. I missed Triple for like the 2nd month in a row. And I really felt like I let my entire team down, my upline. I just felt like I failed. I fell flat on my face. And I took almost the entire month of December of 2018 for self-development. And y'all, I leaned in hard because like Tamika just said, I was going through the motions. I was checking it off my list, but I wasn't applying it. I was listening to the audibles. I was watching the YouTubes. I was listening to the sermons, but I didn't have that mindset shift until I had a really great heart-to-heart with my mentor. And I took December and I still did my task. I still did everything. But y'all, I put self-development on the front, like right in front of me. I made sure I put it in front of my face before the first thing I got up in the morning. I was in the mirror. I was doing my affirmations, you guys. And they came to me, like I was praying hard and the Lord gave me my affirmations I needed to work through, you guys. YouTube has thousands of millions of resources, you guys. There are some crazy awesome YouTube channels you can look at. And I feel like, sorry, I want to make sure I go the right direction with this. Y'all, the only thing stopping you from where you want to get is you. I've heard people bringing in 10 to 15,000 volume in the last day. You need to literally do your 6 list, whatever that looks like for you. If you don't have one, I'm sure you can ask your upline or whatever. Do your 6 list. Do the hard work on yourself. Literally the first hour of the day, don't have your dang phone by your bed. I am so serious. Have it over on top of your dresser. Have it over on top of your dresser. And I want you to either get an alarm clock or something. And I want you to have a book, your Bible, something within your arms that you to pour into yourself first. Okay. Are you going to bed?
No.
Okay, give me a kiss. Go to your room. Thank you. Okay, go. Catch your kids. No, I'm playing. Go. Love you. Seriously. Okay, they said hi. Go. Get melatonin for your kids in a baby gate. Make sure they can't get out of their room. So when you do a Zoom, no, I'm playing. Kind of. I love melatonin. It's fine. I really want you to guys understand that you need to pour into yourself first at the beginning of the day and at the end of the day. There have been times I burnt myself out so much for Triple. Actually, I was pregnant with my last child. I got super sick in April. We hit it, but y'all almost killed me, literally. And it was John and Sherilyn O'Call that were on a Zoom, and they said, if you cannot put your phone down and leave your business for a couple hours to go spend time with your family. He's like, your business sucks. And that hit me hard, you guys. I was micromanaging. Now, don't get me wrong, I was having to train a lot of newbies too. But you guys, my kids were not getting the time that they needed. They weren't. Now, they knew what they were playing. They had their dream board. They knew we were taking, what mommy are we taking Diamond this month? Like, we got them in on our dream, you guys. But I also was burnout because I started to feel like I wasn't giving back to my family what I needed. And they were the reason I was doing this. Serve your team. Don't micromanage them. Love them hard. Know what they need. Be in their inbox daily. Be into your core 5 or 6 girls. Give them their own 5 or 6 girls in their downline that they can pour into you. God, layered leadership so that you don't get sucked dry. Couple other practical tips was really doing the host posts. They're hot for me right now. They took me triple. They are helping everyone right now. And one fun little twist to that, if you're not doing host posts already, have people do the host. We're doing a giveaway. So I've had a couple people with really hot networks that I want to tap into. Instead of giving them either the opportunity or a product post, I've been actually having them put up the post, drop your favorite donut flavor for my friend's $500 giveaway happening on April 2nd. She'll inbox you and they tag me in it. So I'm automatic, you guys, I have like 67 on one right now that I haven't even met. It was like, I think it was like Cami Wymore. I'm like, why have I never thought of that? like mind blown. It is the best thing that's happened to me right now. I think what I just want to close on, you guys, know exactly where you need to go. Do know your numbers. Get into your reports. Tamika and I are both green. We probably have our own little thing we got going on, but I love it. You need to know where you are morning and night. You need to love on your team. Make sure they're not missing any moves for those first 6 for cabs and for fast starts. But staying accountable by serving your team. Do not micromanage them. And I'm telling you right now, Jen, did you say your team quit on you and you still did it? Girl, there is absolutely no reason why you can't go and get it. You just literally have to decide, pour into your tank. I want you to unfollow anybody that is negative and filling your feed with ugly stuff. I don't care if it's your mama. I love her. I totally unfollowed my mom. Gotta love her. She shares too much stuff. I'm only watching things that are filling my cup, that are positive. And I am making sure I'm starting my day and I'm ending my day filling my cup to the brim. And it was Rachel Wiggum, who you get to hear from next. I'm so excited for this. But you guys, she is the one that told me you have to set your alarm and get up before your kids. You have to have your books. You have to fill your mind with your Jesus. Like, I'm telling you right now, you guys, if you don't do that, your foundation will be so weak and you're going to crumble. And I'm being straight honest to you. It is so great to promote, but promote strong for longevity and know that the lives you're changing. And every post I made, every message I sent, I prayed that God would put it in front of me and put it in front of someone who is praying for this answer. There is somebody right now grinding their teeth, praying for an answer that you haven't hit their inbox yet. And I'll promise you that'll help you get over sending those messages real dang quick. At the end of the night, you hit your knees. You ask God to multiply the work of your hands and the work of your team by millions. You literally turn it back over to Him. Let Him know that you want Him to get all the glory for this. Allow it to literally be a light for Him, because that's what it is. At the end of the day, you are purely a vessel filled by Him, spreading the gospel. Lord, is really what it is. There are people praying for this answer that you have. And if that doesn't get you going, melatonin and Jesus, that's how you're going to promote. That's it. Drive the kids and do the work.
I love it. And you guys, I know that Emily just touched on this briefly, but she was literally taking care of her grandparents, 3 kids under 3 in her house. Like, I think you said you were pregnant too, or close to, but I mean, you can make excuses or you can make money. Like, and there are so many people, like someone posted in the chat, I've been stuck at Ruby. You keep saying that, which is why you are. So quit. If you are working every day, you are not stuck. You are not stuck. If you are doing your 6 list, if you're doing your core 4, if you're doing your things, you are not stuck. You are moving forward. And what matters is your mindset and the work that you put in. And yes, it is so important that you're filling your own cup so that way you can pour into others. If you're running yourself dry, then your business sucks. Just like John said, it sucks. So it's your job to figure it out and get it so that you enjoy working and that it is working smarter, not harder. Okay, I'm so excited. Rachel, you are up.
Gosh, so much pressure. Hi, guys. So I am Rachel Wiggum. Let me give a little background just real quick of who I am. I am a Jesus-loving, like legit. Everybody who knows me, that's all I talk about is my homeboy Jesus. But the Holy Ghost, that's like my best friend right now. He's not freaky, like he's legit. So anyways, So I started this business back in 2013 as a single mom who was robbing Peter to pay Paul. Yeah, I was legit broke for real, like, and didn't understand why I was broke because I had a master's in professional counseling and I had a master's level position. However, I still could not pay my bills. My son, who's 13 now, he was 6 and he was in private school, and it was really important to keep him in private school. So I said yes to something I had no idea about. And like I was telling somebody just the other day, I said yes and I made cash. And when I made the cash, that's when I really found out about the business. So I heard a story about a lady who was bringing in 15,000, but then once I realized I could make cash on hand whenever I wanted to, it was like, oh wait, I don't have to go to work to make money. What? I was on it. Like, I was legit on it. And then I found out about the company. And so as you guys are getting your people, like, don't discredit those credits that they get. Help them get those immediate wins. And I'm telling you, within a few days, just the fact that they put $20 in their pocket by sending out a sample, that could explode their business and open up their mind to being a 400 or a 500 box or going Ruby or whatever, and just know that it takes steps. So I've been doing this, like I said, for almost 7 years. So I have several points in my business where I decided. So I'm going to try to take you guys on a journey and not take too much time. So the first time that I decided was when I was going, one of the first times was when I decided I was going diamond, and I loved what Jennifer said about diamond. I used to tell my team, and I know they used to hate me for it, but I would tell them anybody can go diamond by themselves. Like, you don't need anybody to go diamond. You need people, but you could legit go diamond by yourself. And that was back when it was 24 people. And they were like, how? Like, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean? And it was like, all you have to do is work the networks. And like, I forget who said it, but about the parties. So, nobody said anything about parties. There's another Zoom. Help me, Jesus. So, about parties. So, I used to do parties for a box. So, let's just say somebody quit, and like Tamika said, like, boo-boo, I'm sorry. People gonna quit. Like, it's gonna happen, so I'm sorry. Like, I'm breaking it to you right now. Like, I've been doing this 7 years, and people are going to quit, and it's gonna hurt. Like, but let me tell you, if you can get over it, you'll be okay. It's like a breakup where you and your boo thing, like, and just pray that God touch your heart, but it's gonna happen. So let that go right now, okay? So let that bless you. But right now, y'all together, y'all in it and rock with it, and you just make a decision that you're gonna be in it regardless. But what I would do is, if a box was not functioning, I was grateful for the box. I always tell my team, you can create volume, but you can't create a body. You can't. You can't sign your cat up with a social security number. Like, you just can't do it. So I just thank you, Jesus, for the fact that I have a box here. And guess what I can do? Now you can host to post it out. Like, do a host to post. And I love what Emily said about having an influencer or somebody who has a lot of followers, putting up the fact that people can be entered. That's a whole nother game. Like, I'm doing that for sure, because we got a giveaway going on right now. But what I did is I would have these boxes. I would be grateful for the box, and I would do a party to fill the volume. So I would have specific parties for, like, an actual box. So if I had a 400 box in my front line where somebody was not working, and while I'm still working to complete my steps and bring in distributors to replace those people, at the end of the day, I know I have a body. And so all I have to do is accumulate volume in order to push it under there. I decided, I was getting married. I had so many things going on in my life. Like Jennifer said, I had a why. If you don't have a why, then you're out. You're just floating with the wind. And so right now you have to decide why. And what I loved, I forgot who said it. I think it was Emily, when you said you told your kids. And I tell my kids know what I do. Actually, my son told me that it was easier to be a car salesman than to do what I do. I think he a little recanted it because it was a little shady. But I would love to tell him, like, hey, I'm getting a $15,000 bonus this month, and this is what it means for me. But you have to make a decision. Like, you have, and it sounds crazy, like Tamika said, it does. Like, you have to make a decision. You have to make a decision that even if no one shows up, I'm going to show up. And my team, we have a mantra, and it's be brave, be patient, be consistent, be brave, be patient, be consistent, because no matter what, you're going to have to be brave enough to say, I'm going diamond, when you got 15 people on your chart and you only have 2 working. That takes bravery to open up your mouth and say, I am still going diamond. And you know what's going to happen? Because you put that out in the atmosphere, and I don't believe in the whole atmosphere thing, but because you put it out there and you got some faith, okay? Whatever you believe is fine. But when you put it out there, God will put the super on your natural. But if you're not willing to put natural out there and say that I'm going to do this, do y'all know, like somebody said about the Ruby thing, do y'all know, I was at Presidential Diamond. It's not a bad place to be, but I was at Presidential Diamond for 3.5 years. 3.5 years. Do y'all know every month I was going ambassador? Go look at my page. Type in Rachel Wiggum plus ambassador. Every month I was like, I'm going ambassador. I'm for real. I was going ambassador every month, and y'all, there were months where I was like, I had back in the day the compensation plan. You had to have 5 legs. There were months where I had all four, and one leg just didn't pull it off, and I was like, oh, like it sucks. And guess what? That next month I was going ambassador. You have to make a decision no matter what. And then when it comes to volume, like they've given you the gist on the volume, like. It doesn't matter. Like you can bring in 100,000 in one day. It really does not matter. It's just the capacity of what you're willing to cast. And then are you willing to cast that belief? You know, I tell my team, and I've been saying this over and over and over again. The scripture, given, it'll come back to you. Good measure, pressed down. Do you guys know that every single day you wake up, you are, and this is the whole atmosphere thing that people be saying, you give, it's scripture. Whatever you give is what's going to come back to you. And it's going to come back, whether good or bad. And it's going to be pressed down, shaken together, and running over, okay? It's going to be bad. Pressed down, shaken. Why is your E-Suite dry? It's because you're dry. So right now in this moment, if your E-Suite, it has abundance, it's because you have an abundant mindset. And like I told Emily, like if you're not filling your cup, you have nothing to give. And so you are literally going to social media every single day and drinking what they have. And then you're wondering why you're spilling out all this negativity. And that's because you filled yourself up with the wrong things. So you have to take the time to get up, have that Jesus time. If you've never read the 5 a.m. Club, it just literally changed my life. I'm a member of the 5 a.m. Club, and I am tailoring this to my life. But because of course I want more and more. Personal development is a duh. Like if you're not doing personal development, you don't want to develop, because personal development, how do you personally develop without personal development, right? It's common sense. So like these things that sound so cliche, like they're legit. Like this is legit stuff, and it's not rocket science. Now, I will say this. You have to, okay, do y'all remember, I got this book right here. Do y'all remember when, I don't even see it, oh man, when this book came out, maybe somebody stole it off my shelf. It's called Year of Yes by Shonda Rhimes. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Shonda got people out here like thinking the wrong thing. It is not the year of yes, it's the year of no. You need to start saying no. No, no, no. You have too much stuff out here, like TV. No. Unless it's date night or you are actually stepping away from your business to watch a movie with your friends, with your kids, or you're watching American Idol, like I'm about to go upstairs and do that with my spouse, like, because that's our time, right? Unless you're doing that, it's no. Like, start saying no. Start saying no. How about this? Like, I don't know if you guys remember or if you were at conference, but I talked about starving my flesh. And this is a real thing, y'all, like real thing. Do you guys know, like, you need, okay. So many times we are, and I'm trying to say this so even if you're not spiritual, you can get it. We are led by our desires to the capacity where it diminishes our ability to be our best self. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Like your desires are killing your success. And because you are not willing to say no to your desires in order to do the things that you desire to do for real, that you really say you want, you're not able to get it. So here's the thing. I told my team, like in 2019, we left our feelings in 2019. So right now, if you're somebody who'd be like, well, I don't feel like sending messages, or I don't feel like working out today. Like you gotta let that go right now. Like right now, not even just for these last few days of the month, but let it go, period. But when I was pregnant, y'all, I didn't feel like working out. I worked out until the day before I had my child. Like the day before. It wasn't even a feelings thing. You get up and you be like, oh, do I feel like working out today? No, like it doesn't matter. Like I'm working out. I'm not giving my feelings a vote. And so stop giving your feelings a vote. Are you going diamond? Didn't you already say you're going diamond? Why are we even discussing this? Like, even you have to put yourself in a position, and like, you got to check yourself. It's okay to walk around and talk to you. Well, I don't tell you that, but I think it's okay to talk to yourself. I talk to myself a lot. Okay, I'm an ambassador diamond. Okay? You can be crazy and be an ambassador diamond, because I have to check myself, because your number one enemy is yourself. And if you can't check yourself, how are you checking anybody else? Like, how do you keep your team in alignment when you can't even tell yourself, get up and send messages? But you want them to get up and send messages? How many you sent today? You know, so for number one is leading yourself. So everything that everybody said, and hopefully that's just some juice. I've done all the things. Like, I remember when I went ambassador diamond, I said, I'm not stressing this with Jesus. If I can be brave, be patient, and be consistent, and you'll hold me down, then I'm going to show up every single day with a smile on my face, and I know God going to make a way. And that's all I'm going to say. God, you're going to make a way. Okay, I'm sending the messages. I send as many messages as you want me to. You just put the super on my natural. And guess what? He did. He put the super on my natural. And I'm telling you, I don't even know how much volume we brought in a short amount of time. But God did that thing. And he wants, that's it. He's looking for somebody. He's looking for you to put yourself out there, because if you can't do it, guess what? He got to step in. He is a gap filler. And so allow him to fill your gaps and go get this 15, 20, 30, whatever bonus, get fast starts, get everything. You have to keep yourself in the right headspace. And in order to do that, you have to start saying no to people who think lesser than you. Now, especially when they're not your team. Like, if it's you can't come to your team with your mindset all jacked up, and you know their mindset is jacked up because they don't know any better. Because it clearly from the head flows. Like, whatever is coming on you is flowing down to your team. So if you're not doing it, guess what? Neither is your team. So right now, you decide, you check yourself, you set your alarm for 5 a.m. I'm just playing. You set your alarm tomorrow for whatever time, okay? Get up at 5 a.m. to join the 5 a.m. club, okay? Read that book. It'll change your life. You'll get more done. Stop looking at other people. Look at yourself. Do not look at what they're doing and be like, oh, I should do that because they're doing it. It's almost like somebody, I'm sorry, I'm gonna finish this. It's almost like somebody who is on a track team and they're a sprinter, but they're looking at somebody who does shot put, and they're trying to do the same workouts as somebody who does shot put, and you're a hurdler. No, you can't do that. If you think that you're gonna be an effective hurdler and you're out here doing shot put exercises, no, that's why you suck. So stop looking at other people. I'm sorry, you don't suck, but I mean, you get what I'm saying. But you don't want to put yourself in a position to where you're not getting what you need because you're looking at what somebody else needs when you're not them. God has equipped you for exactly how you're supposed to lead and what you're supposed to do. And guess what? God attached you to that person who's above you. And so I don't care whether that person that immediately above you left or whatever, there is somebody above you who is supposed to cover you. And so everybody, if you're on here, you're underneath Tamika. So you need to go to Tamika and say, hey girl, what's up? Like, help me out. And that's her job, and that's what she's here to do, because that's what we do, we serve. So hopefully that was helpful.
Yes, thank you, Rachel. And everyone on this call is not under me, so go to your upline, or you can come to me. It's fine. I'm willing to help. But some of my biggest takeaways. I love when you said you're drinking what you're getting when you pick up your phone first thing in the morning. I don't think that people realize that. So just like Emily said, advice from Rachel: get your phone somewhere else. You have got to fill your own cup before you start your day, and that needs to happen at 5 a.m. So Rachel said it for everyone. I'm telling you, if you're going for a promotion, you're setting it for 5 a.m. Okay, I'm super red. I'm not afraid of that. Like, set it. If you want this 15K, you better be up at 5 a.m. You better be filling your cup from 5 to 6. You better be working your business from 6 to 7 before your kids wake up, period, end of story. That's what I did every single day months before I even went triple diamond. Okay, you have to lead yourself before you can expect your team. And I just love what you said. Like, how dare you tell your team to wake up and send messages when you're not even willing to do it? How dare you tell your team to do personal development when you're not doing it? And I am guilty. And I fell asleep listening to a book. First thing I did this morning is listen to a book. I had my kids, let them have an hour on their devices so I could read a book. And just the nuggets that I've gotten in the last 72 hours have completely shifted my business. And it was insane because I woke up this morning to 3 people messaging me telling me that they started reading too. And all I did is post it in my stories. That's all I did. Your team will follow your lead. And if they don't, it's fine. Peace out. You can do it on your own. So I am so, so excited. Thank you for all of that, Rachel. And I'm excited for our last call or our last speaker. Okay. So everyone that you've heard from so far is triple diamond or above. The girl that we get to hear from right now, her name is Presley. She gets to share her story and tell you when she first signed up, because I don't know, but she went diamond for the first time last month. So you guys who are pushing for this promotion, who have never been diamond before, this is fresh in her mind, brand new with this new way of charting, because most of us were in before and had to make some shifts that way, which was great. But I'm so excited to hear your story, hear your tips and tricks and advice to help people know that they're worthy and that they can do this because you did it. So Presley, you are up.
Hey y'all, so I'm Presley Roberts, and like Tamika said, I just went diamond last month. I went ruby about 7 months in. I've been in the business for exactly 1 year. And I went ruby about 7 months in, and I kept saying, I'm going diamond. And I just, I didn't speak it. I didn't put it out there. I was just telling myself. And then I made my dream board, right at the end of the year. And I went to conference right after that. And when I came back from conference, I just complete mind shift. I had been doing my personal development. I'd been posting consistently, but I had not been putting it out there in the world. And I just started putting it out there. I went to conference. I came back, I just wanted to, I wanted to take care of my family, but I just wanted to work. And life came at me, quite honestly. Though I guess we got back from conference on a Sunday, and I had a doctor's appointment the following Wednesday. And I told my husband, I was like, I don't want to go. I just want to stay at home and work. I had been doing host to post since December. I knew I had this promotion in the bag. And I was confident, y'all. I feel like it was the first month that I really did feel the confidence that I could do this. And my husband said, nope, you're going to the appointment. Well, I went to the appointment, and a few days later, I found out I had breast cancer. 2 days after that, my granddad died. And so I'm going to try to keep it together because it's still really fresh. But all I want to say is just continue to be consistent. My granddad, he was one of my biggest supporters when my parents, not that they're not big supporters, but they're like, you went to get a college degree to do this. They just don't understand. Every day, even if I was in tears, I was doing my coffee stories. I committed to doing them every day. I did my coffee stories every day. I just decided I had this promotion no matter what was going on in my life. And don't get me wrong, y'all, it's a lot. I'm still going through this, but you have to be consistent every day. You have to do those things. Even when it got towards the end of the month, when I'd wake up in the morning and I'd update my charts, it'd be scary every day. I mean, I'm going to be really upfront with y'all. It's scary. And you're like, can I do this? And you're like, yes, I'm doing this today. And you set a goal for that day, and you do it. You just make that decision and you take the action behind it. And rely on your upline. I know last month I had to rely on my upline a lot. Obviously, you have to learn this, everything. You have to learn charting. You have to learn all of that because you have a team below you, and you want to encourage them and make sure that they know what they need to do to hit their promotions in the future as well. But, you can rely on your upline too, because they're going to need to give you some help. And honestly, I feel like if I could do this, anybody can, because I just did the things. I did the things every single day, even went through the motions when I was I'm still going through an emotional time because obviously I've just found out that I have breast cancer, and we just buried my grandfather today, so it's still super, super fresh, but I know, like, I have the belief in this business. I know I can do this. Like, this is going to change people's lives, either with the business or with the products. And you just have to keep that mindset, even when, you are going through things. So I feel like there was something else. I'm so emotional about this that I feel like I'm kind of getting off track, but just stay with your personal development like everyone else said. I feel so honored to be a part of this because I'm such a newbie with everything. But I do really feel like you have to get that mindset right and just keep sharing your story and sharing this opportunity and the products every day, and your promotion will come.
I just love that. And if you don't mind, I'm going to ask you a few questions. So I'm praying for you. That is so much what you're going through. And we love you. And we're so grateful for you being on here and proud of all that you've accomplished so far. So just going back to your story. So you went Ruby in 7 months. And then in December, you made your dream board. And you said that between making your dream board and conference, you had a mindset shift. What does that mean? Like, what part shifted for you?
Well, I had been doing my personal development, but I feel like that was when I ultimately decided, I started putting it out there in the world, and it wasn't just something that I had talked to about my family that I was going to do. I was telling people every day. I was updating my numbers every day. This is what I have to get to. And actually, here's a God moment. The last day, February is a short month, and I'm like, can I do this? Can I do this every morning? And then I'm like, I'm doing it. Well, the last day at 2:00, I get a message from a girl. I had never messaged her before about a product, about the opportunity, anything. She messaged me. She didn't know a thing about It Works. She said, I want to help you hit your promotion. And my very last sale at 2:00 that day got me to the diamond promotion at 2:30 that day. So everything after that was just the cherry on top. And I'm like, if that isn't a God moment, I don't know what is.
And I think that, just like you said, so many people are afraid to be loud about it because they're scared and having that fear. And that is a shift that has to happen. And that's that deciding factor where it's like, no matter what, I'm doing this and being loud about it. And like Rachel said, be brave. You have to be brave and you have to be willing to do the thing. So I absolutely love that. Thank you. So you said that you committed to your coffee stories every single day and that you committed to doing your things. And so people have a tendency to work how they feel rather than for what they want. And so do you have any tips or advice? Because I mean, you're still going through it right now to bury your grandfather this morning and still be on the Zoom call. I know a lot of people who wouldn't have even shown up. And so do you have any tips or advice as far as how do you get yourself up in the morning when you don't feel like it and continue to do it?
For my family, for the things why I initially started. I don't want to go. I was in the corporate job for 13 years. I don't want to go back to that. Right now, I do this and I work for my husband and I'm able to stay at home with my daughter. And so that's what keeps me going, because I know the second that I stop, all the momentum that I've been building, whether it's over a month or whether it's over a year or however long it is, I'm going to have to start back over if I don't keep going. And so I said, there were some mornings where I was boo-hooing on my coffee stories. And then there's mornings like today when my daughter's screaming and there's no noise and it's just words on the screen and me making my coffee. I mean, you just have to do what is going to work for you that specific day and just roll with the punches.
Yeah. So get your must-do list, and no matter what, you show up. It doesn't matter if you're having bad cramps. It doesn't matter if you're having bad anxiety. It doesn't matter if you're feeling sick. It doesn't matter anything. You do what you say you're going to do. And that's what's ultimately going to get you there. And people are watching you. And so I love that you had that God moment at the end of the month because you were being so loud, because you had been being so consistent to have that order. And drop a 1 in the comments, you guys, if you've had a God moment in your business where you didn't think it was possible. And then something came through at the last minute, the last day, that you're like, oh my word, like someone you've never even talked to before, comes into your inbox. And like, I believe that comes from being faithful, that comes from being consistent, that comes from being brave, from being patient, from having the faith. So it's just, it's incredible. And you can't ever give up. Like I know all of us feel the way. We look at our chart and fear kicks in. Can I really do this? And that's where your mindset and your personal development, you immediately stop that thought in its track and you change it around. You make it what you want. So the last thing that you said that I really love is that you're committed to learning all of the things so that you can help your team. Yes, like it is important to lean on your upline. I can't remember who said it now. I think Emily or Courtney had said it, where they have already paved the way. They already know. And so asking the questions and learning it with the intention to be able to help your team. I think that's so powerful too. So those people who are going for Diamond for the first time, there's a week left. And anybody can answer this. So Jennifer, Emily, Courtney, Rachel, there's a week left. What would be your tips? How are they going to do this? Whether they need to bring in a full Diamond team or whether they need to bring in, a couple thousand, we know that nothing is impossible. We've seen miracles happen in our business. So any action steps that you would give, we'll just close with that.
I'd say host a post because I think that's what helped me get to Diamond.
Love it. And using Emily's tip with host a post, you guys, I've been doing that. It's gold. Gold, gold, gold.
I would definitely say consistent self-development and just messaging. We just have to complete the steps to success every month. That's what the company asks us to do. Continue to just focus on completing the steps to success over and over and over, and you'll get everything accomplished. But to do that, you must message, add people into your network, and you must post. So those are the three things I do definitely with my business. But with going for a promotion, I would definitely connect with your downline, come up with a plan, come up with the system that works for you guys, and make it happen.
Love it. Thank you.
So I'm going to say so I just got off of a call, and I would say message your contacts list. Like, go back to your contacts list, and especially whether you've been in for a long time or even a short amount of time, and tell them what you're doing. So whether that, like, they can either be a customer or host a post or whatever. So I would say go back. So of course, host the post, but when you're looking at different things that you can do, go to your contacts list and tell them, hey, I'm going for a big promotion and I just need some support. And in what way would you be willing to support me?
I love that. And one thing, whenever I'm going for a promotion, I'm not too proud to beg. I'm not. I mean, I'm just like Rachel said, I'm going to send a message. I'm going for the biggest bonus that I have or the biggest promotion that I've been through. Like, would you be willing to help me out? You can purchase a one-time order. You can be a customer. You can make a post for me. You can give me any referrals, like anything that you're willing to do, please. If you would be willing to help me, I would be forever grateful. And people will do that. And my last tip for you guys is to bring value. Like, don't just sell a product. Like, I get so tired of people messaging me, their customer didn't see results on A, B, or C, and now they want to cancel. Like, give value with your product. How can you help follow up with them and help them see results? I take really good care of my customers, so they send me people every single month because I'm helping them see results. I'm not just getting them the ThermoFight. I made a private group on Facebook that has an album of recipes that I literally just Googled and screenshot them. I made an album of healthy recipes, and I Googled at-home workouts. So anyone who orders any weight loss products from me gets access to this private VIP group that I don't even have to do anything for because it's already in there. And that gives them value with it. It teaches them how to use MyFitnessPal, how to track their own calories because they need to be eating a reduced calorie diet with a ThermoFight X. So what can you give? Okay, how can you do a 90-day challenge on hair, skin, and nails and collagen, and every 30 days you're messaging them, getting their before and after pictures and showing them that they're having results? Okay, like, what can you give to people? Create a package, work with your downline. I love the idea of different groups. I love the ideas that everybody's given. And so do what it takes, know exactly what you need to do, and you guys can make this happen. 7 days, people can go Diamond in less time than that, starting at 0. And none of you guys are starting at 0. So make this happen. Don't let fear creep in. I know that you can do it. And just run with it. Just decide. Okay. Now don't forget, family call tonight is going to be awesome. So make sure you are hopping on that live, sharing it, making a watch party, inviting people to it, because you guys, this is something that every single person needs in their life right now, and it's our job to share it. So thanks for joining me tonight. Yeah.